These are heady days for Tottenham. They are lighting up Wembley while waiting to move back into a high-tech, renovated White Hart Lane. On Saturday they enjoyed victory in the North London derby and challenged the champions of Italy next. England's best centre-forward is one of their own, and they are led by Europe's most impressive young manager. Things are moving fast for the Lily Whites, but there is one thing that takes a bit longer to construct. Regardless of willpower or finance, and that's European know-how. When it comes to the Champions League, Spurs are novices. Tuesday night's opponents Juventus are old masters, which might give them the edge in this fascinating round of 16 meeting. The Italian side have reached 2 of the last 3 finals, a record only beaten by Real Madrid. The Bianconeri lost both of those deciders against Barcelona in 2015 and Real last year, but Juve's complicated relationship with European Cup Champions League finals merits an article of its own. The fact remains that coach Massimiliano Allegri has navigated the group and knockout stages impeccably since arriving in Turin in summer 2014. Put simply, the 6 times in a row Scudetto winners are a tough nut to crack over 180 minutes. A lot of that is their granite rearguard. Good defending is in their DNA. All of their success springs from a secure base. In the league they have only conceded 1 goal since November 26. In all competitions they've picked the ball out of their net once in 16 fixtures. The old stagers remain vital to this solidity. Gianluigi Buffon, back from an injury, is still one of the best stoppers in the world. Giorgio Chiellini is the same rugged obstacle Juve fans have adored and strikers feared for a decade. There is a recent addition to that watertight unit too. Moroccan Mehdi Benatia is now a regular after joining in summer 2016 and biding his time last season. He is the type of central defender Sir Alex Ferguson would call a Rolls-Royce. In the 13.5 Serie A games Benatia has played, the champions have given up a meager 3 goals. Without the princely defender it's 12 against in 10.5 matches. Juve do have some significant absentees. Creative forward Paulo Dybala is out with a thigh strain, and Frenchman Blaise Matuidi is also injured. The former Paris Saint-Germain midfielder has settled well in Italy and proved a shrewd acquisition. His mobility and sense of sacrifice has allowed Miralem Pjanic to reduce his defensive duties and get involved in building attacks. Allegri must decide whether to replace Matuidi with the combative Stefano Sturaro or rangy young Uruguayan Rodrigo Bentancur. Spurs are an unknown quantity to many Juventus fans and the man in the street. Their connections with Calcio veterans Jimmy Greaves and Paul Gascoigne are well known, and attacking midfielder Nicola Berti, who shone with Inter and played in 2 World Cups, had a spell at White Hart Lane. Recently the Londoners beat AC Milan in the Champions League in 2011 and crushed Fiorentina 4-1 on aggregate in the Europa League in 2016. But aside from international stars Hugo Lloris and Harry Kane, they aren't household names. The Bianconeri coaching staff and players are certainly aware of what Spurs are capable of. The sides met in a friendly in August at Wembley, which Poch's men won 2-0 thanks to goals from Kane and Christian Eriksen. Italian teams are notorious for taking summer fixtures easily though. This will be different. Be assured that Chiellini has been studying Harry Kane. The Tuscan defender knows Kane's preferred movements, weaknesses and maybe even his favorite color. The whole of Italy is relishing the Chiellini versus Kane tussle. The rock-hard 33-year-old, known as King Kong for his chest-thumping goal celebration, lives for confrontations like this, and if the white-hot striker shoots Juve down, at least they will know who blame. Liam Brady is a hugely popular figure with Juventus after 2 seasons in their No 10 shirt in the early 1980s. His penalty on the last day of the season sealed the 1981-82 league title around 15 years ago. In his role in Arsenal's youth setup, the Irishman considered Kane too chubby for a future with the red and whites of North London. Pochettino will have a thick dossier on the Bianconeri and won't be shocked should they play cautiously. It's a paradox of the Allegri era. In Serie A they face packed defenses regularly, forcing them to conjure up ways to pierce opponents. In continental action they are not afraid to play a very low line and strike on the break or through set pieces even at home. On Sunday the Gazzetta dello Sport suggested two possible formations, a 4-2-3-1 with Brazilian winger Douglas Costa in the middle of the three, or a compact 4-3-3. The second option would certainly bolster Allegri's team in the center. The temptation might be for Tottenham to go for it early and bring the Premier League intensity to Turin. It's rare for other Italian clubs to play on the front foot away to Juve and they aren't used to gung-ho visitors, but Pochettino is far too intelligent to attempt that and get picked off on the break. Spurs have improved greatly under their Argentine coach, and the way they dismantled holders Real Madrid at Wembley in the group stage displayed maturity and fearlessness. However, this is a different type of test. The Italian champions will be patient and wary of allowing their guests an away goal. Chiellini told Mediaset, "It's fundamental that we don't concede. That depends on many factors, but particularly the clash between King Kong and King Kane.